I'm not so sure about this. Wow. I'm getting the vibes of the song a little bit more now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lex Listens. My name is Alexa and today we are checking out Jimin's new album called Face. I just watched his interview on Jimmy Fallon. He did so well. One of the things that he mentioned on the interview was the fact that this was kind of his journey through the pandemic and kind of his feelings, thoughts, and I'm hoping slash thinking that this is actually going to be a literal journey through the actual songs. So we're gonna see. The first song is called Face Off. Let's get into it. I do have these like translated to English lyric videos, so I'm hoping that these will do for being able to actually understand what he's saying. Oh.
Alright, I guess the blame is on me. 지금 내 모습을 봐. 사람 모조리 같이. 사람을 믿는 걸. 지독한 악몽이 시작인 걸.
That's some Scorpio energy. As a Scorpio, I can relate. Oh.
찾은 것 같아. Tonight I turn on, I'll be sober. You burn it up, it's your fucking over.
Ooh. 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 I have so many words. I just feel so shocked, like shell-shocked once again. Similar to like Set Me Free, I feel a little shell-shocked by this song. I really like it. And the beginning part, I really don't like carnivals. So when I heard like the whole carnival vibe at the beginning, I was like, I'm not so sure about this. But then when the song actually came in, it actually didn't sound like a carnival at all. It's interesting though. I feel like that beginning part actually means something more because I feel like there's a lot of like TV shows, other things, even music videos where they reference a carnival ride as like kind of like life. Like people get on, people get off, that type of thing. And the fact that it sounded kind of like, it reminded me almost like a merry-go-round, like, or a, you know, where you ride the things that go up and down. What do you call that? Not a merry-go-round, but whatever you call those, the carnival ride where you go around on the horse. It reminded me of that, but almost like as it was like dying and shutting down. And he kind of described this album as going through the pandemic, but this doesn't make me feel like pandemic vibes at all. The carnival thing, I was like, okay, I feel a little bit like that is representative of the pandemic because everything stopped. But the lyrics, when I'm looking at this, like this is like he has been burned bad and he will never trust again. And maybe that's what happened to him. We don't know. Like idols do keep their lives very private. He was like, I just want to drink all night. Like, I don't want to freaking do anything. I feel freaking terrible. I I do feel this energy. Like I get this. Like I've been there and I relate to it like through the lyrics. Like I really like the song so far. I like where it's going, but I'm kind of curious to see if the energy shifts at all throughout it. So we're gonna keep listening. I'm liking it really, really a lot so far. So I'm really liking it. Especially like when it breaks down and then it goes back into it.
Tonight I try to not be sober. You need a piece of fucking over.
Hey. I wonder why it's called Face Off. I didn't see anything including the word face off. So I do wonder why it's like that. But part of me is also wondering if this is maybe not about a relationship. Maybe this is about his relationship with himself. Like, I would definitely need to take a deeper dive on the lyrics, I feel like, because part of me is wondering if this is a relationship with himself, because that could kind of like come to a head as well with the pandemic. I'm not sure if the lyrics work like that, but when I think like face off, I think like you're directly facing somebody and you're like going at each other almost. And to me, it's like if this is a pandemic related album, maybe it's not a relationship, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna have to deep dive into it more, but overall, thumbs up for the first song. I really like it. Next, we're gonna check out Interlude, Dive. Let's check it out. Oh, interesting. Please tell me there's gonna be lyrics in this one.
진짜 너무 보고 싶었습니다. 이렇게 만나게 되네요. 여러분 지민입니다.
Wow, that was like a real interlude. It was interesting. Seemed like he was like saying like, I'm Jimin, I'm on stage, and then it's like you could hear him walking away, basically getting into a car and driving away. Yeah? I don't know. Next we're gonna check out Like Crazy. We just reacted to the music video for this, but I wanted to take a deeper dive into the lyrics, so let's check them out. This is literally from the music video.
I think we could last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. Just trust me.
Interesting. Oh, I really like it. I like that lyric. It's that morning gets drunk and never comes. I really like it. It's gonna be a good night for you anyway. This is gonna break me. I'm not going to break me. I wanna stay in this dream. Don't save me. Don't you try to save me. I need a way we can dream
Alone again.
Mm.
What's the point?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Jimin took the inspiration from this from the movie called like Crazy. To me, I'm kind of wondering like where it fits in this album. Like this first track being so like I just want to get drunk and drink the blues away. I don't trust nobody. The interlude being very like mysterious and just kind of confusing to me, honestly. And then this track, like Crazy, I really, really, really like the style of it and the sound of it and the lyrics. But in terms of this album, trying to relate it to this album, I mean, maybe this is where the album kind of takes a turn in a different direction after the interlude. But also, I just feel like it's very like, it's almost more hopeful, like trying to trust again, but also at the end, what I forget what the man says. The man says, like, hold on, let me see.
Alone again. Alone again. What's the point?
Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't hear the alone again part. Yeah, so it's like him. Wow. I'm getting the vibes of the song a little bit more now. Okay. Yeah, interesting. He like it does make sense to me now, kind of like because the first one was so like I don't want to trust nobody because everyone lies and nobody can be trusted. This one's like I try to trust somebody again, like let's try to keep this dream alive type thing. And then at the end it's like, you know what, like it's over again. Why did I even bother? I'm picking up what you're putting down, Jimin. And now we're going into Alone, which makes sense. Okay, let's hear it.
언제부터였을까 눈앞에서 웃고 있는 모두가 무섭게 느껴져 도망치려 했지만 갈 길을 잃어버린 지금의 너 스위치에 손대고 기억이 나지 않을 때 생각해봐서 지금 내가 뭘 하고 있는 건지 왜 나만 이런 건지 아니 모두가 그렇지 매번 괜찮은 척하는 내 모습이 한심하게 느껴져 똑같은 하루가 또다시 흘러가 얼마나 버텨야 난 돌아갈 수 있을까
These lyrics right here, very pandemic related to me. The same day it's flowing again. How long do I have to endure? Can I go back? This is feeling very lonely vibes.
차갑고 쓸쓸한 밤 아무 생각 없이 불 꺼진 방 안에 걸어 나 홀로 괜찮다 했었지만 점점 날 잃어가는 것만 같아 And day and night 반복되는 fall Bad twilight 외면하지만 Day and night 반복되는 fall Make it right It's gonna be alright
Oh, wow.
그럴 듯한 변명을 해봐도 또 눈을 감고 외면을 해봐도 알잖아 힘이 망가진 걸 되돌릴 수 없는 걸 똑같은 하루가 또다시 흘러가 어떻게 해야 이 어둠이 끝이 날까 차갑고 쓸쓸한 밤 생각 없이 불 꺼진 방 안을 걸어 나 홀로 괜찮다 했었지만
This one to me, at first it felt low-key like about a relationship, but like as it goes on, I almost feel like when he says like I feel like you're losing me, I almost feel like he's not speaking to a person he's in a relationship with. It almost feels like losing himself, sort of. Like the days repeat, like he falls asleep drunk, like life is really rough and he feels like he's lost his way. It feels more like a song about how he's losing his way than it does him losing another person, to me. And I do feel like it could be about a multitude of things. But it is really sad. Like the lyrics, like I mean, I totally get it. Like the pandemic, I think, is something that will leave like a mark on our entire generation as a whole. Like for years to come, even now, I think about it sometimes, and I'm just like, wow, that was something I will never forget. And I mean, I think a lot of people will relate to this. This is a very, to me, this feels like a very Jimin song. Like it feels very much in his bag, like in his wheelhouse. Lyrics, kind of the way he's singing it, the way the production is, it feels very in his bag. Like I think this suits him really well. It is making me sad though. And it's like layers. I like it. Interesting. The last track being Set Me Free. Yeah, I think this album makes sense. I just wish it had more songs. Like, Jimin, you couldn't have given us like 3 more songs, you know? All right, and let's listen to Set Me Free Part 2. I was a little distracted when I watched the music video, so I haven't checked out the lyrics as deeply as I feel like I need to. But thinking about how this ends the album makes a lot of sense. I feel like with Like Crazy in the middle, I was kind of confused on if this all made sense together, but now I'm kind of seeing the arc of the story of this album, and I'm getting it, I think. This song is, I love this song, I'm sorry. Can't help how much I love this song. It's so freaking epic. Yeah. I got a good time. Yeah, it's time to get mine. Hammers we roll. Hammers at night. I never stop. It gives you a beat. I never stop. Open your arms, finally free. Get energy hunger. Lamborghini Hana. 더 이상 아파도 숨지 않아 미치지 않니 미치려는 거에 지나간 나는 그의 손을 들어 Now set me free Set me free Set me free Set me free I'm gonna get into Like Crazy, the English version, in a second. However, I just wanted to talk about the first 5 tracks. It's interesting to me that Face Off was very like aggressive, I feel like. Not even aggressive, but the lyrics wise, like it felt like he was kind of pissed off. Like to him, it was just like, you know what, let's get drunk because it always happens like this. It always goes like this. Why do I even trust people? Like, I just want to get rid of you in my mind. And I'm looking at the lyrics right now again. And originally, I feel like I'm going to go back and forth on how I interpret this. But I think I'm just going to stick with this interpretation. And this is my own personal take on the album. I do like to do this sometimes where I just kind of give you what I'm thinking, what everything means. Jimin said on Jimmy Fallon that this was his journey chronologically through the pandemic. And when I'm thinking of something like Face Off, on top of the lyrics that I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at the English translated lyrics. It sounds like a relationship. I think a lot of people could take it as a relationship. But the way I think I'm going to choose to interpret this is actually his relationship with himself. Maybe I know he's had a really hard time. Like, I think he has had a really hard time. And to me, this might be his own relationship with his own mental health. And I know that's like a big statement to say, but when I even I'm looking at verse 2, and I'm thinking about like in terms of like when you have like kind of rocky mental health. I've had rocky mental health in the past, more than I'd like to admit. And when you look at verse 2 and you're thinking, this is the English translations of Face Off. It says, with your sweetest words, I was trying to take that all of me. Look at yourself. Why do you want more? If that's okay, you fit it, babe. I hope it doesn't change, even though you test me, even though you try me, even though you kill me, even though you stab me more. I don't care about you. Even that day, it was like hell. And then, tonight I don't want to be sober. Pour it up, it's all fucking over. This is my usual story. I'm screaming like crazy. Pour it out, pour it down until this night is over. Like, to me, the way I feel like when I'm thinking about these lyrics, like I'm thinking this in the way that I would read it, even for myself, feels like it's about mental health. And then Interlude Dive obviously didn't have lyrics. It just was kind of that track of him like performing and then walking away. So that was just kind of an interlude, which felt to me like a type of change almost. And I feel like if we're thinking of like Crazy in terms of kind of like the timeline, obviously the outro kind of changes the scenario. Like Crazy, like I think it does seem like it's more so about a relationship. I think the most telling part about it is the outro though. The outro says, this will break me, this is gonna break me. No, don't you wake me. I wanna stay in this dream, don't save me. Don't you try to save me. I need a way we can dream on. And then the end, which is the spoken part, is not again, and what's the point? So I do think that maybe like Crazy was more so written about a relationship. It might have even been written as like a track to keep in mind for a single. But obviously this is kind of like reaffirming what the first track was saying, which is that like nobody can be trusted, and including yourself, and that everything just ends, so what's the point? And then Alone feels the most pandemic-y to me. Obviously, like Crazy, I feel like was written in mind as like a single, but Alone is the one that is like, you know what, like I'm alone. Like, why is it only me? Like I feel like even mentally I'm alone. I know everyone's going through this pandemic, but like I feel pathetic. Can I even go back to where I was? Can I even get that again? Like, I just feel like I'm losing myself. And it's really, really sad to me. I think the one that emotionally, like, I feel like I want to process and listen to more is Alone. I feel like I didn't have that much of an emotional reaction, but like as I was reading the lyrics, that's the one that I feel like I really want to process. And I feel like Alone was where he really just like brought it all in and was just kind of like, you know what, like mentally, I'm not okay. I feel so alone. Every day goes into the other and it's terrible. And then Set Me Free, part two, being the one that's like, you know what, set me free. Like, I'm done with the past. I'm done with the labels. I'm done with everything that everyone expects of me. I'm done. Just set me free. And that's how I feel about the album as a whole. I almost do feel like it's more so a album about his mental health. And I'm not going to speculate on that really, but like I just, in terms of like how I'm going to interpret it for myself, that's how I feel. Even with like Crazy, I really do think that that could be a track about mental health as well. And that's just my personal opinion. And as somebody who has struggled with mental health for a good solid majority of my life, that is how I feel, and how even like Crazy, which I do think sounds like more of a relationship song, can be interpreted as. And now I'm gonna listen to Like Crazy, the English version, to finish off this reaction. And I hope you guys found my interpretation interesting. I wonder what you guys think of the album as a whole, but let's get into the English version of Like Crazy to end this reaction.
I think we could last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. Just trust me.
She's saying, baby, come and follow me. There's not a bad thing here tonight. Save your reasons up for later. Stay with me a little while.
Ooh.
Watch me go. Now I sink down all alone. Oh, where am I? A dark cage clouding my eyes.
Ooh, I like the English version.
I can hear the voices listening, don't know who they are. I'm trying to take the pressure off me, reaching for the stars. And tell me will I find myself again when I go.
Yeah, I'm now like even hearing this, like the English version, I feel like it's about his mental journey. Like I can hear the voices listening, don't know who they are, trying to take the pressure off, but reaching for the stars. Like this, tell me when I find myself again, when I go too far. Yeah, I know, you know, I know. Like, don't you, like, you can at least see my point of view of how I'm feeling about this album. I have to go change my battery for my camera. Hold on 1 second.
Before I get you know, I know. I'd rather be lost in the lights, lost in the.
Oh man. The more I listen, the more I think I'm right. I'd rather be lost in the lights. I'm out of my mind. Can you help me numb the pain? Like this just feels like kind of what I was describing. Like original listen, it sounds like a relationship, but the more I listen to it, it just sounds like something that I relate to. Like I'd rather be lost in the lights than think about like how I'm feeling right now about life. Like I'd rather be lost in the lights. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but it just feels like it to me. Like I just get a feeling, you know?
I know. I'd rather be lost in the lights, lost in the lights, out of my mind. Can you help me numb the pain? Like spin me up high, emotions on ice. Let me have a taste. Give me a good ride. Find me all. It's gonna be a good night.
I just love this song.
Alone again. what's the point?
I'm gonna stick to my theory of what I'm interpreting this album to be. Overall, just talking about the album as a whole, I think Jimin did a really good job. If there was one complaint, it's that I wish there were more songs. Like, Jimin, you could just give us the world, you know. However, I do think that I'm just so happy and grateful to have this album and have this experience of getting to experience Jimin as a solo artist. I feel this way about all the members, that we really get to see who they are and what they truly think when they're releasing their solo music. And so far, the experience with that with like both RM, Jimin, and J-Hope has been so eye-opening to me, and just seeing how they really operate. Especially to the BTS members that haven't released any mixtapes yet, I feel like it's gonna really show us what they're thinking about. And I feel like I'm gonna really need to marinate with this album. I like the 4 tracks that were actually real songs. I feel like I like all of them. I feel like, especially though, if there's one that I need to process for a little bit longer, it's Alone. I think Alone is something that is like really deep. And for that, it needs a little bit more time for me. And it's not because I don't like the way it sounds, because sonically it's really beautiful. It's just like I want to process the lyrics and what he's actually saying. My voice is starting to hurt because I've been talking for a really long time. But overall, I think Jimin did a fantastic job with this album. I'm really proud of him for doing this, and I know how excited he must be in this moment. Seeing him on Jimmy Fallon tonight was really just so sweet, and you could see how much confidence he's gained and how secure he seems in himself just by himself. And yeah, I'm just feeling some type of way, but it is 12:30 a.m. I'm very tired. I've been up all day, so I am about to hit the hay. I hope you guys enjoy this album reaction. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I will see you guys very soon for another reaction. Bye, guys.